Hello.
Hello.
Couple
Yes.
claps.
How are we? Welcome, George.
Welcome to the pod. Welcome to George Robinson.
Yeah. You got big feet, bro.
Thank
Like
you.
wide feet.
Yeah.
All the better for kicking you, FO.
Yeah. I don't want to bend over like The Simpsons. Boot up low.
Yeah.
If you ever have to walk in snow, it must be very easy for you. You know, because you got grip on the what? Yeah. No, I'm gonna keep. We're gonna keep talking about George's feet.
Yeah.
Let's go in further.
Yeah.
Yes, and
They're size 4. I don't
Size
know. Size
4?
Yeah.
You know what was
Are
always
they?
cool? I remember a scout leader said once to me when I was like 11. He was like, "At your age, not your shoe size." And I was like, "My shoe size is like size 12."
Was your
Almost.
Scoutmaster Prince? Because I'm pretty sure that's a song in or a lyric in Kiss.
I also just like the idea as a kid, you had just massive clown feet.
Yeah.
as well.
Bump, bump, bump.
Oh no, it was kids 12, wasn't it then?
Yeah.
It would have been fair enough.
But
Yeah, aye.
do you remember you used to have like real? I was saying with this the other day. You used to have really long hair.
I did. I had really long hair.
Yeah, and like I remember we done a gig in the Last Drop, which is now the Chester, and like two of my mates came up to you, and one of my mates went, "Yo, you really made me that guy. What's his name? And it just came to my head the other day. He's like, "What's his name?" And my mate was like, Paul Rudd," and he goes, "Nah, not Paul Rudd." He
wish.
goes, "He's kind of like him. He's like Ron Jeremy." Remember Ron Jeremy?
Kinda.
Could not be more different from Paul Rudd.
I kinda is doing a lot of work there as well, isn't it? Like, it's like, well, no, I'll not make the easy dick joke, will I?
Yeah.
Nah,
I was just like, "Bruh, don't say it."
Yeah.
I'd love to see that version of Ant-Man. Holy moly. Now we're
Like
talking.
he shrinks everything but that, or he's like this size, but there's this weird, from a distance you can see this tail that he's got going on.
Yeah.
Fair play to him.
I mean, he'd need to carry 100 times his body weight. Flip me. Big thing.
You need to shrink to hide from the allegations.
Yeah, we don't condone. Ron
Yeah.
Jeremy.
Other porn stars are available.
Yeah.
Have we said the name of the podcast?
Welcome to Good While It Lasted.
Good While It Lasted. Will.
We're here
in
with
my head.
George Robinson,
Yeah, thanks very much. A long-time listener, first-time caller.
the man who once documented
welcome.
himself as my arch nemesis.
Why is that?
Oh, well, Ciaran slept with my wife. That wasn't ideal.
You walked into Best of Free. It was the second time I've ever met you. And you went, "Are you Ciaran Franco?" And I went, "Yeah." And you went, "Just want you to know that I plan on ruining you."
Yeah. Well, it's because you won Best Newcomer
Yeah.
He
at
did.
the Pavilion. And then I was hot in your tail. I got the next one. And then
did.
I found out we worked in the same place.
Yeah.
And I thought you were stealing my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So-
The 6th day.
Yeah, I got your financial information. And your
You're
money's
another
mine,
follower.
basically.
You're another follower of my kids.
Yeah. But I feel like we've overcome that.
Yeah. And what a mountain to climb, Sleep with the wife, steal the kids. Is that even? Kids are 2 people. A wife is 1.
Yeah.
Discuss.
I mean, the kids are like half people to me. You know?
I was
Not my kids.
I was pretty fond of my wife.
Yeah. You were fond of my wife? So was I. 13 years. But yeah, I feel like arch enemies to arch lovers.
Arch friends, yeah.
And
What
that's
about
quite
Charles Xavier Magneto thing going on?
Yeah. Hey, right enough, yeah. Though I don't want to, because I know you feel a lot of fear about your hairline, I'm assuming you're Professor X because he looks like Fassbender a little.
I was more
Well,
thinking
thank you.
George is more Professor X because he makes the group chat that brings everyone.
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
He does.
Yeah, like a school for all. I'm more homo superior.
Yeah.
George gathers comedians and goes, "Society fears and hates you."
Yeah. But instead
Well,
of
I'm like,
mutants,
my
it's-
brothers, we're better than them all.
I'll teach you to use your freakish abilities for
Yeah.
good.
It's not mutants, it's just neurodivergence.
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice.
You're not a freak, you just have ADHD.
Yeah. Anyway, watch me bend this spoon. Yeah.
Watch me twerk for some reason in public. Like,
Yeah.
Wait, I lost the train there. How did we get to twerking?
Is that what people with ADHD do? Or they just
The love
do,
of twerk?
I don't know, they
yeah.
just don't twerk. Twitch.
Twitch.
Where did twerk come from?
Yeah, I get you.
Head is in the gutter.
I was gonna let it pass because I was like, I just don't understand what the Generation Z do. But I guess you just twerk when you feel weird.
Head's in the gutter.
Yeah.
Imagine if twerking was how you stimmed if you you had autism or something. You're getting real stressed out and you're like, hold on a second here.
There's a guy I work with who's like the fattest toad I've ever seen in the world, and people call him Ronan Minaj.
People in your life are great at nicknames. No one in my life's ever come up with good nicknames for fucking anybody, you know, like Trump is, you know, gets all the nicknames and all, but they're shit nicknames. It's like, oh, Sleepy Joe, like Lion Ted. It's like, that's not, there's no fucking rhythm or wit to that, you know.
It's like I had out of date peanut butter.
Great. What's that?
I had out of date peanut butter in fifth year and got like not food, but it wrecked my stomach a wee bit in fifth year. And I remember it's like coming back into the class and telling them that's what it was, and they just kept calling me peanut butter for the rest of the year.
Like the simplest ones are the best.
Yeah. There's me peanut butter.
Like there was a kid around our way, like, and he still gets called it to this day. His nickname's Two Scoop.
Nickname's what?
His nickname is Two Scoop.
Two Scoop? Why is that?
Because in primary school he asked for 2 scoops of mashed potato one day.
That just stuck with him forever. There was a horrible month where I was known as Bacon for a bit because I had greasy hair. That was
Is it?
Yeah,
that is creative.
But it was pretty creative. But it didn't. I think the reason it didn't last was I quite liked bacon, so I didn't feel insulted. Yeah. And then I think there was just no fun in that, if you know what I mean. There's no crack if there's no resistance to it. They're like, all right, bacon. I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, I'm happy to be the Rasher Man.
I'm pretty content, the Rasher Man,
the worst superhero of all time. Rasher Man.
Here, enjoy some cardiac arrest there. You know? How's your arteries? Did anyone sell like sweets in your school?
Yeah. Kids were getting done for it, left, right, and centre.
Yeah, it's like I remember walking up to a guy in school, Cahill, and going to him, heard there's a bounty on your head and I'm here to collect. Give me a bounty, please, to buy him off him. And he was a smick, and he went, what did you just fucking say? He brought me over to all his mates and went, say exactly what you said to me. And I was like, I'm a bounty hunter and I'm here to collect.
I love that, the complete smick immunity to like puns and like and certain kinds of joke. They're just like, that's not fucking real, is it? That's not a real thing.
Smicks hate wordplay.
We've got an ad read, by the way, as well. We've got a new sponsor this week as well, if you want to go ahead. Yeah.
The Good While It Lasted podcast has a new sponsor this week. We're sponsored by Your TV Licence Man. Your TV Licence Man has asked us to read this message on the podcast. Please open the door. I know you're in there. I can see the curtains moving. Please, I just want to do my job. It's cold out here. Every year, just under 30 TV licence men freeze to death outside your door during the winter months. They don't want to fine you. They're just trying to make a living. Do you want TV licence blood in your hands? If you're cold, they're cold. Let them inside. Show them your TV.
That's beautiful. For just £3 a month, you'll be able to buy them a cup of soup. Yeah. So, George, does Israel have a right to defend itself? No, I'm only joking.
Well, I'm glad you brought it
up.
Nice. But yeah, sorry, you were saying there.
You haven't condemned Hamas in any of your sets yet. How long have you been doing comedy?
Yeah, you know what? Not yet. I've been very pro-Hamas, pro-Israel.
Complicated.
I'm just Switzerland, you know?
Yeah.
Where do you stand on the CEO getting shot?
Yeah. Where do I stand on the CEO getting shot?
Yeah.
There's no wrong answer in this podcast.
Yeah. There's no wrong answer.
Well, there probably is. There probably is a wrong answer in the podcast.
I think that for too long, the 1% have been getting, you know, what the good working class people deserve. You know, I think, why shoot the CEO? Shoot middle management. Hey, shoot the guy that brings the mail. You know? Nice. Enough of this 1%. Malarkey. Cut that.
Bullets for all. Bullets for all, in a way.
Yeah.
It's called a revolution, Paul.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I think is kind of interesting, though? Like, so the shooter is very handsome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? And he's a bit of a heartthrob on the internet. This is probably a hack premise, but wasn't the whole thing recently that, like, people would get the ick for a guy for, like, the slightest thing? Oh, he sneezed. I got the ick.
Yeah.
He used an umbrella. I got the ick. But if you're an actual murderer, heartthrob.
Oh yeah.
100%. Yeah, there's no ick for that. I think once you're past a certain level of attractiveness, you can't really ick yourself out of it. Though, I mean, the thing is as well, people are falling in love with their idea of who he is based on a projection of the idea of his politics. Because if you look at his Twitter, he's actually sort of he seems a bit, not quite right wing, but like there's some stuff that's like he's a bit of a kind of a techno feudalist kind of shit going on. So I mean, like, I think people are falling in love with their idea of him, and I'm sure if any of them were sat in a, say, McDonald's for 20 minutes with him, you might end up snitching, you know.
Well, that was his only crime, his loyalty to McDonald's. He really loved McDonald's.
I noticed he didn't put one on the back of Ronald McDonald's head. In fairness.
Also, Luigi. No wonder they couldn't catch him. Straight down the tunnel.
Shoes squeaking as he hits the floor. So, in slow mo as well.
Everyone's talking about like how he killed the CEO. People don't know that's actually a giant Goomba. You know what I mean?
Just a big red shell. Bang!
Yeah.
And he went and shield in this haunted mansion.
I love the discourse on it. I mean, I'm starting. By the time this comes out, people will probably be sick of talking about it. But I love the bit in the news where they're like, "Oh, he's playing this game where you play an assassin, and maybe that's what radicalized him." The game Among Us turned out to be. There's a lot of sneaking and backstabbing in this game, and you have to do jobs, and I heard this thing as well where basically. This, like, they said that because he had this back injury, that's what radicalized him, and there was a source came out that said his back pain was so bad that he wasn't able to get physically intimate with anybody, and the source was his landlord. And it's like, imagine your landlord's like, "Hey, I heard you not having sex last night." It's really loudly not having sex. What's up with that?
You must be really late on like rent payments.
Your landlord's gonna dox you, like,
yeah. If your landlord's like, "Yeah, I knew they were wrong on Big Virgin," that's why. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. But
I've never like I've been at the driving range, swung going, "Oh, my back," and I'm gonna kill the CEO. Like, Mamma mia, the rent prices are too high. Yeah,
that's true. That's a good point.
Oh, I know.
My prescriptions, I can't get them.
I mean, like, there was a good 5 days before they caught him. I mean, he must have been seeing all the discourse on Twitter about him. Must have been weird seeing all that stuff. People like talking about it like that.
Yeah.
Is it true that he? I don't know how true this is. It might be a Twitter joke that he gave the person in Starbucks Luigi as his name on the cup.
No, I don't know.
I heard that on Twitter that he went to Starbucks before and they asked his name and he said Luigi, so they wrote it on a cup, which is like,
that's fine. Didn't he have a fake ID?
Yeah, he had a couple, apparently, yeah.
You can't lie to Starbucks, though.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's very trusting of that conglomerate.
Yeah, that guy didn't get shot. Well, they've got a union now, I suppose. Not that. I mean, I'm sure he fucking, I'm sure he's got mixed opinions on that. But wouldn't that be like the final insult as well? Like, not only do you get caught somewhere, but they get your name wrong on the order as well. Like, we got something for Louisa here, as the police are like knocking down the door.
In Spain, I got at Starbucks, and I don't know why, the nation of delicious coffee, and I went, Starbucks, don't what's your name? And I went, Ciaran, and then she called, "Is there a siren here?" And I went, "Woo woo, here with my coffee." They didn't get it. They were like, "Why people are so weird?"
They do that on purpose, don't they?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it is? I hear that when sometimes people go, they're doing it to belittle you, to steal your power, so to speak. To know someone's name or to get it wrong is to like. Because I used to know some fucking guys who would do this, and they used to be in comedy as well at the start, and it was this like such pickup artist bullshit where it was like how they kind of like established superiority over you. They like purposefully get your name wrong, and like they do it a couple times until like, and you'd have to correct them a few times for them to go, "Oh right, look, yeah," it'd be about 3 or 4 times where it'd be like, "Actually, I don't. What? How would you get my name wrong?" It's pretty. It's pretty. It's not unique, but it's hard. It's not really next to anything. What do they get your name wrong with? Luke, your name's Luke as well.
Yeah, I don't know. You just forgot it.
Yeah, that's what. Or or Nick.
Coffee here for Lens.
Listen, John, Tony. I think that guy sounds cool. I don't know. It sounds
you
like.
Were like, what's your name again? I was like, Luke, and you're like, oh, right. And I was like, yeah, it's the same name. And you thought that I was like being a dick, going like,
no, that's not what I thought. Wait, I can't remember what I thought though. What I said?
You thought I was going like, oh, same name as last time.
Oh,
sort of like, no,
yes. Yes, I thought you were pointing out that I had forgotten your name whenever I had met you the week before. And No, I didn't think you were I thought I was being a dick and you were rightfully calling me out.
We can share the name, it's alright.
Yeah, we can share. Yeah, we'll take custody. Yeah. You get it for weekends, and then that time I'll be called, I don't know, just blank. I'll just be. I'll go up to Starbucks and let them decide. Don't look.
That's fun.
Yeah, scary name. In fact, very Halloween name.
Split it in half. You're Lou and you're. You know, why not? Sounds
Very
good.
popular name amongst dolphins, I hear.
Yeah. It's very good stuff.
Any old, sorry, yeah, dolphins.
Famously, the Greg Wallace of the sea.
God, he's grim, isn't he?
And didn't you bring him up like on the pod like just before?
No, you're thinking of Lloyd Grossman?
No.
Oh, okay.
Greg,
never
I think
mind.
we were talking about it a wee bit, and then
Where were
there
they?
was a guy in Audacity on Saturday, which was a lovely gig, and I was in the middle of the way for a bit, and I just couldn't not look at him because there was a family at Audacity there for the daughter's birthday, and I was like, "Oh, did you get a cake?" And she went, "No, I didn't get a cake." And then the dad really looked like Greg Wallace, and I just kind of had to address it. I was like, "Where's the buttery biscuit base, bro?" Like, and then I went to him. I was like, "What do you actually do for a living?" And he went, "Wind farmer." And before I could say anywhere, he went, "Don't go there." I went, where's the joke in wind farmer?
I guess farting probably, but then I mean, like, do people go there immediately with him?
Yeah, I can. That's a good job. Like, you're saving the environment, I guess.
There was somebody in the crowd in Lavery's there a couple of weeks ago, and I asked her job, and she said she's a food auditor, and I was like, well, I guess I consider myself an amateur food auditor of sorts, in that I eat a lot of food. But yeah, wind farmer, eh? Looks like Greg Wallace.
He was wearing it's not a Clegool. What's the fancy word for a body warmer? Protestants. Gilet, yeah. Just call it a body warmer. Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it does.
Yeah. One of the students, she was like, can you go and find this student? He's wearing a gilet. And I went, yep, no bother. And I walked around the playground for ages going, I have no idea what a gilet is.
Gilet, the best a man can get.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this? And I had to go and look it up and like, a gilet. And then I found it and went, oh, right, okay, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wind farmer does. I mean, I think there's harder things to farm. No, like you're not planting anything. You just have a big fan.
Yeah.
Not to get too
that's it.
political here.
Yeah.
The harvest wasn't good this year.
Then wind farmers have it too easy.
Yeah.
Let's discuss that.
Quite right.
Stephen, I just like they don't look very nice.
Let me tell you. The wind don't wait for windmills by. Like, it's like
too much wind around.
there it goes. Just because I have stocks and solar energy, you know what that is?
Yeah.
It's like the idea of commanding a sheepdog to rustle up some wind. Just chase it into a wee pen, you know?
Yeah.
Wee wind dog. Nice.
I was in my local on Saturday having a wee drink, and there was a guy from a political party. I'm not going to say who it is, but he was like, I knew him a wee bit, and he was steaming like, and he was like, would you ever want to do a wee video for us, like? I took it around. I went, I don't know, like, and then he went, here, what are you drinking? Like, get you another one. I was like, is this lobbying? I was like, am I getting lobbied? And I tried to be all smooth, but you keep my drink topped up, we'll see.
On an unrelated note, people before profit. Big fan. No,
I say we arm them. My missus, her extended family, I met them maybe like once, and because they're all in England, you see, and I met them once, and one of them was like an oil lobbyist, and then one of them was like working in a wildlife park, and I went, oh, so you're kind of like on opposite ends of the spectrum, and they both stared daggers at me as if this is like something that I should just not have talked about.
Don't go there.
Yeah, and I bet, I mean, maybe it is something that they both fight about. Like, one works in the environment, one works against the environment.
Yeah, one works to destroy the planet.
What one are you? Your nickname was Bacon. You're kind of half pig, half oil. I don't know. It's hard to pick.
Yeah. All methane.
I'm an oil man, you know. It's just walking into the pub, like,
drinking his milkshake.
I drink your beer of the month, which has been heavily for the last 6 months.
Yeah. Do you know the secret about a beer of the month? And I'm assuming any bar, but definitely in the pub, is it's just whatever they've ordered too much of. It's just what they need to get rid of, essentially. It's like one day beer of the month is going to be like run off, essentially. It's just going to be, you know, like Cristal's meant to be like, or is it Cristal? Cristal's meant to be like fancy, but it's actually just like all champagne runoff just mixed together.
Oh, really?
I think so. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's anything to that, or if that's just some shit I've heard someone say, you know.
I did not know what beer of the month, like. It's like, so because it's been heavily in some places for like the last 6 months, I'm like, and then Asahi for a while.
Yes, there was a lot of Asahi going around, which I wouldn't complain about. I'm an Asahi man myself. I like to Asahi around the place.
It's like, what do you call it? Belfast Zoos, and they don't have a beer of the month, but they've got somewhere. It's like, they always have, this is the cage we keep a cheetah in if we had one. There's loads of them.
Yeah, here's the animals we wish we had, you know.
It's the cage we keep penguins in if we actually could have some. Like,
there's like a crude drawing of an animal inside the cage as well. Yeah.
Close your eyes and think hard.
Yeah, yeah, it's a real Dorothy kind of zoo, isn't it? Just there's no place like a zoo that actually has an animal in it. Have any of you guys been to Belfast Zoo in a while? I haven't been in years.
Not in a long time. I don't think I'm allowed back though after the incident. Ciaran, have you been to the zoo at all?
I don't talk with the incident. You and that. No wonder there's no penguins.
I like it. Planting a seed. We'll come back to it.
Yeah.
The last time I went was I was 14 with school, like.
Yeah.
So it's a while ago. I'm sure some of the animals have
grown up,
gone to the next realm. Whatever meets us in the afterlife. I'll see flippers there.
Are we getting met in the afterlife by penguins and gorillas and?
I want to see everything. If there is an afterlife, I want to see all the. I mean, like, that was the thing that always used to really annoy me about because I went to Catholic school and they bring priests in all the time, and if you ask them anything about like the world, they were always very uncertain. You know, you go, oh, why do good things happen to bad people and bad things happen to good people? And they go, oh, you know, well, the Lord has a plan and all this vague stuff, and then you go, does my dog have a soul? And they go, nope. No, not at all. No, that's the one thing that we're 100% on. That is no heaven for fucking Fido or whatever. No one calls the dogs Fido anymore.
Yeah,
9/11 changed everything.
Yeah, quite right. Yeah.
That was the incident, wasn't it?
Wait, was there a dog on 9/11?
No. I sometimes I don't know what to say. I'll just say 9/11 changed everything. Yeah, it's like saying not since the incident. It's a nice little phrase to drop in, unless there was an incident.
There was a film that sort of challenged the church called All Dogs Go to Heaven. The Catholic Church really came out against that. They were like,
that's true.
This film, it's up there with like Last Temptation of Christ and All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Yeah, both directed by Mel Gibson.
We're very much anti this. We like silence, but not that.
Yeah. There was a sequel. There was a sequel to All Dogs Go to Heaven, and it was just called All Dogs Go to Heaven 2. And I think I would really like Some Dogs Go to Hell. Yeah. There's a story about a real shitty dog.
Yeah, all dogs, XL bullies. Come on, man. I don't know.
Them boys, they're doing a lot of time in purgatory, which I think would suit them. I imagine purgatory.
A lot of dead babies in purgatory. You know, ideal XL bully place. You know,
we got a special on dead babies day. I imagine it's like an old man's bar, purgatory. My idea of having
nice paint slip.
Oh yeah.
Lukewarm, I think they'll be lukewarm.
Yeah, that's it. And there's always someone on the pool table. You're always waiting for them to get off, but they're just having one more game. Even though your pound coin's been there.
They're the regulars, so you feel weird asking.
Yeah, I'm like what my idea of heaven is, which I'm like, well, that will get old pretty quickly, like, and that's it. But you're there for eternity. So I'm kind of like, fuck.
I'm still taken by the purgatory baby thing, because that's where like all the unbaptized babies go, isn't it?
Yeah,
and all it would take is just one XL bully in there. Anyway, sorry, I know I've already said it, but I'm really stuck on it. I need to dislodge.
That's the sequel we need.
Yeah.
All XL bullies go to purgatory. The squeakquel, you know.
Should we read some fan letters? We got some letters from fans today, actually.
Oh, yeah, exciting.
We've got some there underneath there in the order that they've been sent in. So the first one here is from Ethel in Wales. It says, love the podcast. My husband and I often listen by the fire. Ciaran is a lovely, funny boy. Luke is not. Thanks. From Ethel. Okay, well, a bit mean, but
it's all subjective, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe Ciaran's comedy stylings are preferable to Ethel, but I'm sure Ciaran's will be.
Yeah.
One from Gertrude, Shropshire.
Okay.
We love Ciaran.
Okay.
Can the unpleasant man in the black t-shirt please be quiet? With love, Gertrude.
Okay.
You know,
that's unnecessarily mean from Gertrude, but
some people make a point.
Yeah. I've never even been to Shropshire. Or is that her second name? I don't know. What's number 3 there?
I'm sure it's best of 3. This is Dave from Hackney.
Okay.
Okay, his words.
Yeah.
Luke is scum cunt.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Dave. Okay. Anything there? Number 4.
Number 4. And we got sent a photo of you as Tank Man on Tenement Square.
Okay.
Kind of a hero to some.
Oh, yeah, maybe it's a compliment. I think rather than just a wish that I'd be
crushed by a load of tanks.
Crushed by a load of tanks there, He didn't even pay for the Getty image. It still has the watermark there.
Credit CNN for play.
Okay.
And you weren't there though. That's
No, I wasn't there.
Okay.
I wasn't there. I got we're going to lose all the Chinese listeners actually, aren't we? Because if you Google Tiananmen Square massacre in China, they block your internet or something. Do you hear about that?
I haven't been googling it, man.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay, yeah. Well, obviously, fucking Dave from Hackney probably has. If that's no, that wasn't from him. Was it? That got no name.
Anonymous.
It's just okay.
Yeah, someone really doesn't like you from China.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's another Tiananmen Square massacre picture, except I'm on the ground being beaten to death, and you're a framed picture of beloved Chairman Mao Zedong.
And if in another life, I feel like I would have been a pretty good fascist.
Okay.
It's a good look for you, honestly. I can see you as kind of a beloved dictator.
It's a good picture of you that they've used as well. It's black and white already.
In work, there was a HE function, and they had to pick. Every student got to invite a teacher that they wanted to come and eat at the function, and I received like 13 or 20 votes. In another life,
Nice.
I could have been elected into power and then not gave it up.
The Cultural Revolution.
Yeah.
What was the school? Oh no, maybe you shouldn't say.
Why don't we get rid of accidental theatre and just put like me, the big photo of me by Shaftesbury Square.
The screen. Yeah.
Big Roar is watching.
Yeah, Big Roar is right. Yeah.
Put that down.
Yeah.
I think we've got one more fan letter.
Just
there.
one more. I mean, they've kind of been all quite negative, but I'm sure that the last one is. Oh no! Okay, it's a painting.
Okay,
I think it's Mars eats his son. It's so Ciaran, you're Mars. You're kind of a big monster man, very powerful and strong and funny. And Luke is a tiny baby, perhaps being sent to purgatory. That's going to be eaten.
Okay.
By you. I'm not entirely sure what the meaning of that is.
No, yeah, it could be a
I have
compliment.
been called a monster by some people. So,
yeah, it could be kind. I think there's a kindness at the heart of it. And in the cost of living crisis, we all struggle sometimes to find the right thing to eat. Anyway,
sometimes it's you need to be a monster and eat the others to survive. You need to look at it like that way. I feel like that's sort of like an establishment of my character, or not an establishment. Character assassination of Ciaran Franco the monster, more for Ciaran Franco the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm starting to come around to this idea. I do see you as kind of this charismatic leader type.
Yeah.
And you as kind of this stepping stone. Yeah, this edible stepping stone.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Anyway, disgraceful. Thanks very much, fans. We'll see you another time. We'll see you.
Yeah, keep sending them in. It's good
Join
stuff.
us next week on the solo podcast. You're tuning in with the leader.
I like the idea of a blood-stained chair, like an empty blood-stained chair.
It's no longer good while it lasted. It's now great all the time. All the time.
It's now Luke never lasted.
No bad days. Every day is perfect.
What would you be like as a leader, a glorious dictator?
Well, every TV channel would be just, I'd like to welcome the nation with a good morning and tell them how I'm feeling today. And if like today we're going to have a national celebration, national holiday, because I woke up in a good mood. But if I wake up in a bad mood,
whips.
Shaker Placer, head to toe on the Hugo Boss, or showing up in the Holy Lands and rounding up a few students. Straight to the back of a van, never to be seen again.
Okay, I feel like you'd be firm but fair.
Yeah.
I think.
A lot of guys would be, straight over to, all those coffee shops that are like selling focaccia bread for like £16 a loaf. Straight to the farms to harvest,
The wind farms.
We struck a deal with the wind farm.
Yeah. People go in, wind comes out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The Soylent Green is people.
So on the way over here, I said there was too much traffic, and I went, there needs to be something done.
It was interesting the way you said it as well, because we're talking about the traffic, very, quite a polite conversation, but you just muttered it under your breath. You're like, oh, there are a lot of cars. We need a purge. It was it was quite intense. Yeah.
There's a lot to be said about, all you and your boys being head to toe decked out in Hugo Boss, and just like that morning, right, send the police out, dawn, you and the wife sleeping together. Door gets kicked through, husband's dragged out, wife's told, don't speak about this.
I miss times like that.
Yeah, I like the fantasy that I'm married though. That's nice.
Just my face on every van.
What did you say? Firm but fair. Firm but fair.
Yeah.
That's class.
Yeah.
Actually, here, if you want, we asked questions of the audience as well just before the podcast. It was this week. It was reviews of best and worst public toilets in Belfast and Northern Ireland.
Ooh,
So,
that's big time.
so from Adam Byrne, we have in all caps, having a shite in Victoria Square.
100%.
I don't know if he didn't say if that's good or bad. It might just be a status update. It might just be, I'm having a shite in Victoria Square right now.
I will back him. It's an incredible toilet.
A good toilet.
Absolutely incredible toilet.
Options,
Nice.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's options.
Yeah.
There's what?
Options.
Range,
it's
well,
up.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, like in word of shit.
In
Like
terms of, like,
usually there's
my-
only one bowl.
My disabled key works.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we? Should we mention that?
I like the shit. I like to be shot on. No, I like the shit. Yeah, I do. I enjoy number two. Sometimes not by choice.
There's a special key you can buy for disabled toilets, and I thought you needed a blue badge to have it, but they're just £5 on Amazon, and so anyone I know who's got IBS, I bought it for them as a gift, and Ciaran is one of them.
And it's coming very
Awful.
useful. There's been on the way to some gigs. I've gone into the train station, Great Victoria Street. Used it. Always works a treat.
And that's why it's closed now.
Yeah,
Stinky bastard. Yeah.
yeah. You're not meant to disable the toilet.
Yeah.
You can use it.
Prefer.
Yeah, that's it.
Number 5 on the Bristol.
Yeah.
You can use it in them pay toilets as well. You know, you can use it in them wee doofers. The ones that wash themselves and they go all that stuff. But they're never working as well. I've noticed too. You know,
Yeah.
Just
They
another
wash
way-
themselves.
Either yeah.
Imagine
Oh,
being
God.
in there and the Dr. Manhattan, you just
That's how I want to go.
Yeah, just atomized.
Yeah.
just reappear, made a shite the next week.
If you had a key, you could stand outside it and open it for people and charge them 10p instead of 20.
Oh, here you're onto something
good.
there.
Yeah.
That's a good a business idea. Get Lord Sugar on the phone.
Yeah.
While you're there, you should have some deodorant and perfume. You can spray people. Maybe a wee lint roller. So when
Yeah.
people come in, you could do that on them. Maybe some sweets. Hand them paper towels.
Is this the origin story? Of it?
You don't need the key, I'd say.
This is the origin story of the guys in club toilets, isn't it? They start with the key, and then they're like, "Hey, we could give them a bit of perfume, a wee lollipop, maybe," and then
I know someone who, allegedly, I have to say, Greg Wallace. No, so my friend was on a night out, some nightclub. We're hip. We're out
pretty
doing
hip.
Thompson's.
Yeah,
guys.
Be cool, man. Be cool. And there was a guy in the bathroom who was lint rolling people and handing out, paper towels and everything.
Nice.
And my friend was drunk, and he said to him, he goes, "Come back to our house. Come back to this house party." And I think he thought that it was like come back and set up shop in the bathroom. But
So you have your own personal toilet guy in the house.
that's what he did apparently.
Wow. Hey, the grind never stops.
Yeah, anything for a buck, like.
Yeah, a friend did tell me that. It wasn't one of you two, was it? Did I just
No,
do your
'cause
story?
I was going for a different story. I thought you were on about the story about the guy, SummerSlammed off the balcony at the Thompsons, and the guy was coming out of the toilet who sells stuff in the club bathroom, and he landed on him, and the guy was taken into intensive care.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. No, he was alive. Like, but Thompsons had to release a statement and all about it, being
Oh
like,
yeah, like they fell off a window or something, wasn't it? Or like,
no,
or
the
no, it
guy
was off
actually
the
went
building.
like shoo and jumped off the balcony, and then the guy who was like, no punani, no with a spray, like just got crushed basically by the guy, and then he got up and ran into AM/PM and had like a beer, waiting for it to blow over, and the cops got him an AM/PM. But
Did he finish the pint? Do you think? I would insist.
it kind of ruined the date for me because I found out about this in the car and found it really funny, and they were kind of like, the fuck, like,
He's like, Ciaran, a man has died.
yeah, I was like, but like, what a way to go.
Yeah.
Live forever.
Yeah.
Live forever as a legend. Fuck, I forgot about all that. Yeah. It's wild that club's still going. That's like one of the only places that was like about whenever I was in my 20s that's still going, I went at like 29 once because my workplace, I was trying to, the atmosphere was pretty grim, so I tried to get everyone to do a night out to make something better, and they decided to go to Thompson's, and they're all like 21 and I'm like 29. I'm like, all right, I'll go. And like, it was I thought it would be grim. I was the grimmest thing there because I was like 30 in Thompson's, like walking around going like, I don't belong here.
You ladies having a good night, are you?
We all having a nice time. We going to a party after.
I can't deal with nightlife. I'm no crack. I don't drink, so I'm always a designated driver.
Yeah.
And I was picking up a good friend of mine from some club somewhere, right? And I was giving their friends a lift, and their friends were absolutely blocked, and I'd never met them. And they get in the back of the car, and one of them is just being really rude to me.
Oh.
For no reason. Like, you know, I'm all sunshine and rainbows, you know? There's another word for that. And I'm being very nice, but they're being really rude. And I thought,
We'll
okay.
let them lint roll you.
yeah. I was like, we never should have taken them out of the bathroom. But I just thought, let's diffuse the situation with a bit of humour.
Yeah.
I'm a stand-up comedian, allegedly, George Robinson Comedy on Instagram. And so I turned around and said, okay, that's strike one. Ha ha ha. We're having a laugh. And then I hear from behind me, strike one, and you'll do what? Do what? And I never met this person. But what I did was, I'm not a well man, I should say. I stopped the car and I turned around and I said, listen, we've never met each other before.
Okay.
What am I going to do?
Yeah.
I'll kill us all. I'll drive 90 miles an hour into that wall. That's what I'll do. And people were laughing, so it wasn't that scary. But I did threaten to murder-suicide everyone in the car. But in conclusion, Victoria Square bathrooms are really nice. I think they're top tier.
Oh, yes. Yeah, Victoria Square bathrooms. Someone else said, Adam Byrne also said, not in all caps this time, so he must have been done with the shite, but he said, hang on, I just ran out of time on Instagram. I set a little lap timer. Madden's toilets is the equivalent of Diagon Alley. Love having a shite in the Victory Square. Oh, okay, right. He was correcting himself and he said all caps in the... Madden's toilets now, you know, I'm only ever there for the comedy night, and there is an act who's there every week, and he uses that toilet, and he's in there for maybe a bit too long. I'd
10
say
minutes on Tuesday.
at least.
Going, doing his act, and I'm like, bruh.
He says he's got IBS, but that just means in the bloody stall, if you ask me. But he's there every week, and he's like, he's whispering to himself, so he's doing the set. Even he was on the Pav on Monday, and Ronan was like, who's meditating in the toilets during the break? And I was like, he's still in the toilets, so he didn't hear this crowd work that you're doing about it. But no one would own up to it, because I was like, well, it's him, isn't it?
The fact that I go into the bathroom after and go, no, there's no shit. There's been no shit taken. He's just in the, because this act is very physical.
He's an animated man.
So I'm like, why are you in the bathroom stall doing your act? Because it's like fucking 30 centimeters either side, and you're going.
In fairness, the acoustics in there are sublime. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Performing to yourself in
All
an
I'll
act.
say is, this is Madden's toilets now
Yeah.
when they've been done up.
Oh, so there's like
Oh, yeah.
fancy.
Yeah.
Well, so like when did that happen? How long has that been the case?
Maybe about 4 years.
Right. Okay. Huh.
Because I've like it's a place where my ma always seems to cook good dinners on a Tuesday, and I kind of like, fuck you, like, not fuck you, like, but you know what I mean.
It's your mother.
Why are you cooking good dinners when I have to go to a bar and do stand up? That when I have to go to, but like it's like they're hard to
digest.
Yeah, and there's
There's only the one
they're in
stall.
cubicle, and a guy's breakdancing in the cubicle.
Yeah,
And I'm like, I need to fucking go. Yeah.
I sometimes wonder, like, what must it look if you looked under and you just saw the feet, because the feet would be like going like 10 to a dozen. You go like, this guy's having a coronary on there.
The worst thing is when you see the bottom of a mic stand.
Or someone bringing on another act. We've got one more answer from we've got two more, sorry. The Dublin Road public toilets that are I'm being very old man on internet. The Dublin Road public toilets that are beside Marcus Ward are the worst. Also Madden's. So that's two for Madden's. That's a bad
Who was
one.
this from?
Daniel Houston, Daniel K. So what do we think of the Dublin Road public toilets?
Not as bad as the ones beside, like, do you know where Bootleggers is?
They are, and they're disgusting.
Yeah.
The ones, where's Bootleggers again? Is that the one that's...
Like, Ann Street.
Is what, sorry?
Do you know where, like, Forbidden Planet is?
Oh, yeah. Is there public toilets there?
Yeah, see, when
Are you sure that's not just the stairs down to the subway bit? Because that's used as a public toilet, you know? That's
to the left.
Aye.
There's, like, one of those, it's like an old school, like, city council
Oh, nice.
public toilet where, like, it's not a pay one, it's like a
Right.
walk-in, like,
It's been unwashed for about a decade,
no, it's
probably.
not,
Like,
no.
yeah, it hasn't seen bleach since the Good Friday Agreement.
No.
Wow, God, yeah, that's grim.
I've never
Dublin
been.
Road.
We must visit.
Yeah, shall
Well,
we? Should we do a little extra content?
But again,
Like,
nice acoustics, so
Yeah, yeah, great.
Imagine if that was the Patreon for this page. It was just us taking shits.
Shout out to Revolution Fitness. There a year ago today, actually, because it was I just remember the date exactly. A year ago today, I was walking to work and got it really bad and like really painful. And I was like, I'm not going to make it to work here. And I was walking past that gym and I just like banged on the door and they weren't open yet. And the guy, I was like, I really need to use your toilet. And then he goes, I'm leaving a mop and bucket outside. Can you clean up after? And I went, no bother. And I got the go number 2, which was really nice. And I didn't destroy the toilet either. So he shout out those guys.
Nice,
they done a man a favour. Like,
Yeah,
that's pretty sound. But it is risky, isn't it? Because like, you know, how much damage can you do with a mop and bucket? I suppose like you're not gonna make it worse, I guess. But you might just do nothing, and then there's just a mop and bucket sitting there.
Yeah, I think he was more like worried in case I like didn't make it one time or like.
Oh right, yeah, he was just
or-
sort of going like, I'll not have you feeling watched
Yeah.
or
You
waited
clean
for.
up. Yeah. But shout out those guys. They came to the aid of a young man.
Nice. What age were you? I mean, you're a young man now. I suppose.
25.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, that's a young man. I guess.
Because I've had some shocker ones. I've had to run into places that I would never ever go into. Like a lot of times I've been walking to the Beehive to see my cousin. I've got a bad stomach and I've ran into like random bars in the West that I'd never go into. I'm like, well, can I use in here? And they all look at you because they're like, what are you doing in here? You're
Right.
the youngest guy who's coming here for a long time.
From yesterday, work away.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you shit in a pint glass somewhere? We've got one more comment from Megan Halpin, friend of the show, who says simply Yorkgate. Don't know if she said good or bad. I'm assuming
Just the floor.
just the
Yeah, in the cinema.
yeah.
Wow.
Hey, you know, you don't even need to wipe when the floors are already, you know, so carpeted soft.
This is true.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Is Yorkgate? Is that the train station or is it the artist formerly known as Cityside?
Yeah, actually, well,
Oh yeah.
yeah, right enough. Well, is it not still Cityside and it used to be Yorkgate?
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it.
I
It's
think
the
they-
Yorkgate train station. They're lovely. Like,
They've done it
dinner
up.
off him.
They have done it up. Well, now maybe doing a bit of detective work. Now she doesn't drive, and she lived in not Carrick, but sort of Jordanstown-y area,
Yeah,
and
the train line.
so she would have got a train down maybe, and they'd be fancy because it's new as well, I suppose. Though the cinema there, they've done up their toilets lately, and they're pretty good actually as well. You know.
Megan, get in contact. Where do you take a crop? That's what we're asking, I
Where,
guess.
we want to know where, how, we want to know why.
Yeah. Yeah, crap in your own house.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Grow up. Shit in private, Megan.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Have some shame.
Is
Here's
that,
a
is that a
curveball.
clip? Is that a clip? That's a weird clip.
So, yeah. The toilets are fine, but because there's so many people outside, I can never shit their black box because you know that like the toilets in the green room black box.
Yes.
Because there's like 60 people, or not 60 people, but 30 people sitting out there having a drink, and you know that if you open that door, you're gonna ruin some people's Saturday.
Yeah, the waft.
Yeah.
Potential waft. Well, I've got a life hack for that actually as well, and you can do this at home as well if you want. But if you have gone to the toilet and you fear it may be quite smelly, is before you flush it, if there's like hand soap or anything, spray a bit of that on the toilet on the side so that the swishing water foams it up, and then sometimes, not all the time, that does tend to eliminate a lot of the aroma because when you're flushing, you're circulating that stuff. I mean, usually I put the full seat down whenever I flush because of that. Like, I don't know if you are old enough for this, but there used to be a lot of like hygiene panic shows in the 2000s. In the same way, there was a lot of fat panic shows that were like, how fat is your child? And then they'd get your fucking child on a scale and go, your child is fat as fuck. And then they'd go, she's gonna die at 30. And then they'd get you crying and they'd put a load of food on a table and go, this is how much you eat in a week, you should feel bad and all. And it's like there used to be a lot of shows like that. Gillian McKeith putting some of her own shite in a Tupperware or whatever. And that was all the rage.
Yeah,
So-
shit in Tupperware was massive in them shows like, and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember Gok Wan had a show. How to, shit in a Tupperware good naked or whatever.
Like Gokwan, I think he would take small shits. He's a skinny guy. I don't think there's much to shit, you know.
Yeah. You know
Gok,
what's
get in
mad?
touch. What?
Something that's mad. We're all adults.
Yeah.
We can vote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking about shiting in Tupperware.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
The voice of the nation.
Yeah.
I knew that when I turned 18, I was like, this is the direction I want my life to head.
Yeah. And you know, I don't want to speak to the results, but I think society's working out pretty all right. If you ask most people on the street, they'll say things are only going to get better.
Just ignore the Middle East and everything will be all
the
Gucci.
evidence of your eyes and ears. Isn't that wild though? You know, because like I guess the idea of democracy, you know, ideally there should be a sort of broad, since it's about consensus, there should be a broad part of the populace that feels relatively happy with things and how it's going, and yet no one is. How is nobody pleased with this? You know, even whenever people get what they want, it's usually they usually just fucking are still pretty pissed about it. I mean, you could argue that there's a big section of the electorate that never gets what they want, but fucking, you know, I could fucking talk all day about that. Have you seen Wicked? No,
Well, it's like my dad's, even though he's retired and should be happy, like he's just become more old man shouts at cloud. Like he's become more embittered and like not embittered, that's probably a harsh word, but more sort of like, this fucking country, when's it gonna fucking sort itself out? And like, well, you need to vote.
Yeah, do something. Yeah. Jake O'Kane gets on my tits as well, like a guy who makes an entire career out of criticising local politics and making fun of local politics, and then makes a really big thing of not voting every year. And I think it's mostly because he lives in like a Sinn Féin safe seat, but I'm also just like, fuck up, mate. Like, what's the point in commentating on a game you've no interest in playing, you know? But then again, I do sometimes like watch MMA, so you know
that's true.
Yeah,
it's a fair point.
So you know, maybe it's a similar principle, you know, because I've got opinions.
Comedians MMA, you and Jake O'Kane.
Yeah, I want to see that go down. Like,
I mean, he's an ex-weightlifter. I'm fucked. Though you know,
he's 60. He's in his 60s.
He is in his 60s, and he's an ex-weightlifter because he's got a back injury. So I know what I'll do. You know, I'll put him in a fucking chair is what I'll do.
You'll pretend to be a weight.
Yeah.
I'll try and lift you back on.
Yeah, I'll beg him to pick me up.
Yeah.
And you know, and I'll look very good beating up an old man. That'll be really good for me.
Yeah.
My career.
Who's to blame?
Welcome to the blame game.
Greta from Shropshire, you're first. Or whatever her name is.
How do you feel emceeing the Empire now?
That's how you get those big slots in comedy, is you have to kill the previous comedian. You have to murder them in battle.
Andrew Rand is leaving his house. CEO Luigi Mag. Adios. Yeah.
Nice. But what were we talking about? Toilets? How do we get onto this? No.
We went from toilets to shooting a man in broad daylight from more gigs.
But we got there from talking about the shitting in Tupperware, and yes, there used to be like Fat Panic shows, and how did I get on the Fat Panic shows as well? But that used to be a real thing. Is there used to be a lot of shows that would go. Everyone you love is going to die. Oh yes, toilet flushing. That's what it was. There used to be a hygiene panic show called How Clean Is Your House, and it was about these two old ladies who were very good at cleaning. Oh god, they were very good at it. And one of them later went on Celebrity Big Brother, and I think she was a bit of a bitch. But
Kim and Aggie.
Kim and Aggie, yes,
yes.
Kimberly and Agworth, I believe their names were, and they did this. There was this big thing. That was the one thing that stuck with me about that show was they had a lot of CGI to prove it. Was when you flush a toilet with your lid up, it's meant to like spray microscopic shit particles all around the room or something. I think it's bollocks, but it's the sort of thing that like fake fact that went around a lot back then. You know, alongside like shit CGI images of what your kids are going to look like when they're 50 if they keep eating what you're giving them.
I remember that, and I was always like, fire me in that fucking CGI generator. I want to see what I'm going to look like at 50. I'm dead.
Also, what was that based on? That
Yeah.
do you know, like, what was that simulation based on? Like, we know that AI and computer generation was just not as good back then. They weren't feeding that data. They just said to some CGI artist, like, can you make this kid look fat and old? And they go, yeah. Like, yeah, and that's the show.
They got a woman like a week or so, like 8, and they put her through the what she's going to look like when she's 50 machine, and real creative there, and she just came out looking like Sonia from EastEnders, and like, it's not too bad, like you know, there's ways,
Yeah, they'd be scundered if they put someone in and then they became hot.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like,
like, yeah.
turns out she's just chicken dippers are good for her.
She's won the genetic lottery. I know that like I used to always encourage my ma to be like, because she could cook spaghetti good. I'd be like, you need to go on MasterChef. You need to go on it. Like, you will win this. Like, because she knows how to make banoffee. I'd be like, you will win this. Like, I'm glad I didn't know the Greg Wallace stuff.
Yeah.
It's like my mum. This is going slightly dark, but my mum always tried to enter Jim will fix it.
Oh, nice.
She would send in letters for him to bring her on and let her do Irish dancing and speak Irish. And obviously he probably looked at that, went, "Fenian bastards," and didn't do it. So in a way, the troubles saved her life.
Yeah.
In a way, being a big Catholic.
Bring it back, I say. Bring back the old troubles.
I'm not going to do it. I was about to do an impression there. I was like, I'm not doing that.
Jim, will you fix it for me to end the trouble?
yeah.
If anyone can do it, I don't know.
Back then.
An underdog story.
Back then, he maybe had the power.
Yeah. Thatcher's boy.
Yeah. Talking about aging.
Yes.
Are you guys looking forward to getting older?
No, not really.
I
I'm kind of
love
scared
it.
of death.
I'm 33. I like it. I like it. I think I'm getting a lot of grey hairs, and I don't really notice them until I'm getting my hair cut, and then you see all the little silver catching the light as it comes down. What age are you, George? You don't mind me asking? You don't have to
32.
Are you?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Is this part of a bit?
No, I moisturize.
Oh, yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Good.
But I can't wait till I'm 60, honestly.
Yeah.
That's the dream. And I want to be a rough 60. I want to be leathery. I want to look like I've been out in the sun my whole life. I want to have my whole life.
My whole life.
I want 3 teeth maximum.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'd love to be 60 now.
Yeah.
All this like aging, waiting to like get older, it's just not for me. I want to be 60 for 40 years.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
For 40 years?
40.
Nice.
Because like, we can make it happen. Like, we can. Have you seen The Substance?
Yeah.
It's like I don't know. Like, I
Could put you in the sun every day for a couple of years.
That's true. I am ginger though. I think what I really want is to be able to take a tan. I think that's the dream.
Yeah.
I don't plan on going down the Mariam Margolis, Emma Thompson route. I plan on getting a lot of work done.
Yeah.
Light bulb suction to this chin. I put in my friend's group chat. I went to my friend. I went, "Yo, can you like?" I was slagging his weight. I was like, "Yo, you ever get the way you can swipe a card around the back of your head? Like, card declined." Like, he went, "Yeah." He goes, "You ever see your chin when you shave your beard?" And I went, "The fuck was that?" Like,
Oh my god.
so like, I want light bulb suction.
Cotton stuff.
Jeez, contactless. That was nothing but contact. Full contact.
What sort of liberties would you use if you were that sort of rough looking old?
Oh, you know what? I just think it would match my personality. I feel old. I like reading the newspaper. I vote, not for who I should. No, what else do? I love getting on the bus.
Yeah.
I love butterscotch candies. What would I get away with though as an older man?
How do you feel about Werther's? I mean, that is butterscotch candy, I suppose.
Werther's, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, the toffee ones.
Yeah. Is there other Werther's?
That's like, just like the soft
the
butterscotch.
Oh, I get you. Yes.
The
Yeah.
fudge will rip your teeth out.
yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, they all require a bit of patience, don't they? They teach you patience, does a Werther?
Oh,
You know, they sit in your because you have to let them sit before you bite. You know.
Can I say congratulations, by the way, on the TV role?
Oh, thank you.
Dexter, Original Sin.
Yeah.
Fucking double of the guy
Thank you.
who placed.
Yeah.
Michael
My
C.
dark
Hall.
passenger thanks you.
The young Dexter, the show. They went, look at the success of young Sheldon. And they were like, we're gonna do it for Dexter now. And but the guy really looks like you, young.
No, you
young
mentioned
Dexter.
it. Yeah, you got a Michael C. Hall.
Yeah.
Thank you. As a younger man, before I met my wife, and I was dating, I was often told that I looked like serial killers. Which is, I don't know, ironic.
The Bundy boy.
Yeah, I always got Dexter. I think it's just a ginger thing and a big sour bake on me.
Yeah.
But you never seen Dexter age 60. That's what I'm hoping for.
The fact you have a boat that you just take out to the sea.
Oh, yeah. I own a lot of cling film. Yeah.
A man who loves cleanliness.
Yeah.
I love the way Dexter, the cop Dokes from it, has kind of been revised as a bit of a cult hero.
Yeah.
For memes now.
Oh yeah,
The guy who
surprise
suspected
motherfucker.
Dexter, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you hate the one guy that your whole friend group likes.
Yeah.
Yeah, vindication.
Yeah.
Yeah. You remind me a little bit of Young Dokes, may I say?
Young white dogs.
Yeah. Now that's a surprise, motherfucker. Come on then.
looking at one act in the comedy scene, like, why does everyone like him? Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if they made that spin-off as well. Like, so they've got young Dexter and then they've got white Dokes.
Yeah.
Like Aaron Beckett.
He doesn't suspect him at all as well. It's a really boring show. He's like,
Yeah.
this is my friend Dexter. He's good at his job.
Yeah.
Like, I was kind of raging watching Sign Off, and I was like, I think I could have played Jerry.
I think he could have played Jerry, you know.
Rachel.
The role you're born to play.
I'm kind of raging, like, but listen, Adams want to do the film.
Yeah.
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 Long Cash, the movie.
Yeah.
Who also could easily play Jerry as well.
I suppose so.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
serious?
you could.
Got a
Yeah.
wee pair of shades on you.
Yeah.
Or not
yeah.
shades, glasses. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be like,
It's like he's in the room.
Yeah.
Rachel, how are you?
I think he's both too cute. Be like wee cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Short cash. Short cash and sides.
Long Cash XXX.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I won't go there because it was all male.
Well, hey, you know, you got to do in prison, you know. God don't judge there, I assume. I haven't checked with him, no.
Who's an actor that you think could play you in the biopic of your life?
Oh, Ronald Jeremy, I think.
Oh,
is,
yeah.
is
He's good.
an actor I'm a fan of. I like the idea of being played by that porn guy who plays a lot of professions.
Johnny Sins.
Johnny Sins, that's what it is. And
Oh.
he's like a doctor, an astronaut, a lifeguard. He's everything, you know. He's a real action man, and I like the idea of him trying to fit into my clothes.
Yeah.
Like, these trousers aren't meant to have this massive bulge in it. They weren't built for that.
Yeah. Now he's playing underrated stand-up comedian on the open mic scene.
That's very kind.
His most daring role yet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I suggest someone for you?
Yes.
I've been thinking about this for a while.
Okay.
Octavia Spencer.
Oh, yes.
Who does she play again? I know their name, but
Have you seen The Help? She plays
Yes.
Minnie.
I no longer remember.
Have you
The
seen
Help.
Ma? Or is it Ma? Ma's house, where she's like the horror woman who invites all these kids to her basement and lets them drink there, but then they want to stop coming around.
That's you.
That's me. That's me.
I just think you don't really look similar, but I think she just has great range.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think she could do it.
Yeah, she's a great actor. Yeah,
If anyone could.
yeah. I'd like to be played by Lupita Nyong'o.
Oh yeah.
Mostly just because for the same reason, you know. I think she's brilliant, but also like she's really good at portraying suffering, and I've never suffered in my life at all. I just like to see that. I like to see her be a suffering version of me, someone who actually has a hard time with something just at least once. You know.
That's nice. You've never suffered.
Well, I thought about this lately because someone said like, what's the most that you've ever been hurt, and I was like when you have to really think about it, like physically hurt. I mean, the most I've ever been physically hurt was like I had a lot of warts in my teens, and I had to go to like a dermatologist because the liquid nitrogen wasn't working on it. It was that big, and I went to this dermatologist, and he was very sweaty, and he used this special hot knife on it. It was just on my nose, but he has to inject a anesthetic up the bridge of my nose, and I think getting that anesthetic injected was probably the most I've ever been hurt ever. And he was just and you know, he had to be very close the whole time as well, so there was a real sort of make out feeling the whole time of him just sort of breathing like and very close to me. But yeah, that was probably the most I've ever been physically hurt, and I was like, God, that was a long time ago, and it was probably not that much in comparison to other people's shit. And so it made me go, I've probably never suffered. I've never suffered. I think I need to let go of any idea that I've ever heroically suffered. I mean, you know, there's been times when mentally I've not felt very nice, but it feels insulting. Do you know what I mean? Especially working on the old suicide hotline and stuff. But I mean, you know, the times that I've suffered mentally have been very useful for connecting with other people, so they don't really feel like they were suffering now, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting you mentioned that, because Dave from Hackney wrote something else.
Oh yeah?
He said, hey, nice mental health, wart boy.
Damn!
Is that
I
suffering?
specifically didn't shower that day, so you're suffering even worse. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, makes a picture of Mars just, I don't know, on the cross? What's suffering look like? Right into
good
the
while
show.
lasted.
Being hungover in the queue for boozing while someone orders it for the first time, like
Oh
what?
yeah,
Pinto beans, pinto beans.
that is purgatory right there.
Yeah, pinto beans. Now lime rice, but there's cilantro in it. Now that's what the Mexicans call it. It's actually called coriander here. And I'm like, fuck up, like.
Yeah.
There's a woman who works in the co-op that I used to live near, and she's called Eleanor, and she used to take ages just chatting shit to people in the queue, and it would always be a nightmare, especially during COVID when you're queuing outside in the cold, and she would just be chatting shit to people for fucking ages while you're like right there waiting to be served, you know. Or she was like obsessed with like stacking the cigarette cartons to the extent of just letting a massive queue build up while she's just fucking doing all this. And she was perfectly nice, but I just built up this weird secondhand hatred for Eleanor over the years. It was hard going.
And in Eleanor's defence, as someone who worked in an office, I always enjoyed stacking out the cigarette cartons because you push them back and see how many you can get.
Oh yeah,
and then like I'm
that
Eleanor
probably
in
is,
this.
that's pretty satisfying. I imagine. In fairness, I was like you in George's car, going like something has to be done. There has to be
Yeah.
We need to purge the world of Eleanor's.
Yeah.
They got self-checkout there recently, and I'm certain it was purely because of her.
Yeah.
Purely because of her. There was a time as well where afterwards she was like, and also if she ever spoke to me, it was weird because she would say stuff like, "You're always smiling." I was like, "Yeah, is that a problem?" Like, but she started this conversation with me, and she said, "Here, you know, if you want, there's like a little survey thing you can do. You hit this link, and you can tell them that I'm good at this job." And I suddenly felt overwhelmed with power, and I was like, "No," and I really sat with it for a while, and after a while, I was like, no, I'm not going to leave a bad review of this old lady just because she's not good at her job. That's terrible. But I did respect that she gave me the choice. So that's why I'm pro-abortion.
Yeah.
We're going back in time and aborted Eleanor.
Yeah.
Do we just hit an hour? Oh, nice.
Well, we just because I have to get
Have
a
to
gig
piss.
set up as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
We could wrap it up there, amigos.
Wrap it up, Ski. Okay. Yeah, have you anything to promote?
No Jokes back on January the 16th, headlined by Michael Bartlett, which will be very exciting. We've also got Johnny Bow on that lineup as well. Also, the Beehive Comedy Club is on January 31st. It'll be a great night, so really looking forward to it. Check it out.
Nice. George, anything to promote?
Yeah, 3 things if I can.
Yeah.
So Jazzy Junction on YouTube.
Great
it's
show.
a great show.
Yeah.
Jasmine Sierra, really funny. Kind of a spin on like the podcast format, which I think is tired and lame. Also, I'd like to promote George Robinson Comedy on social media for upcoming dates. I post very little. And the other thing is Tea With Me. I just think it's great. I like it a lot. Yeah.
Do you know what? I think they're due a comeback. I think.
Yeah.
I think they've had it hard. Those Tea With Me boys on the Views. You know, they could do with a wee boost. That's what I always say. To anything to promote, I am on Instagram as who is like McGibb. I'm doing a show on the 28th of December, which will be sold out. Hopefully, there's about 15 tickets left. If you want to go for that, that would be great. If you've got 15 mates, I'll give you a big kiss. The Pavilion Comedy Club is back on the 13th of January. I think that's it. Thank you very much for your time. We love you.
Thank you.
Bye.